9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you ready?
Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
So,
well,
now we're gonna have fucking Ring cameras. You got 2 phones.
Oh yeah, I gotta get this one going. Well, one's for Facebook.
You had me so fucking distracted. I didn't even put on our
facial
enhancing
lights.
the flesh tone lights.
Well, we got a lot of different, things going on here.
You're like Mr. Media now.
I'm trying to get to our page. We got so many pages.
We got 1 page and 1 group.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm trying to.
Jesus Christ. Welcome to this horseshit. Fucking Hollywood Jeff Vaccarino here.
Well, I'm
getting all his shit together. But
we're branching out.
Yeah, we're branching out. I watched you give away no less than 5 signatures today, 5 autographs for free. Oh, I always forget when you come in this room first, you turn on all the lights. And then
I turn on my heart light, man, like Neil Diamond.
It looks like there's a halo behind my head.
A halo.
A Christ-like halo, if you will. So, yes, we're both on. This is the, we're having a little TikTok competition. How many people are viewing us on TikTok? So far, we're tied at a grand total of 0.
Yeah, 0.
Yeah.
0 out of
I fought very hard.
a bunch.
I fought very hard to get my 2,600 followers. And here we go.
Oh, there it is. Just a G's.
We know we're live.
Huh?
That was the joke. Linda Lopez goes, Redneck Podcasting, you're live, you knuckleheads. That was the joke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Linda, we know this.
And we're also playing with some updates, some StreamYard updates, if you will. Now I just have to click 1 button to play the intro music after we go live. And then I just have to click another button.
Oh, really?
For the outro music to play when I say to end the stream.
So you've been tinkering.
No, it just popped up as an option now for the first time.
Oh, got you. Hey, Roy.
People in our demographic don't TikTok. I find it very entertaining.
You're right, Roy. There's not a lot of our demographic, but I am out there.
There's not a lot of jerks.
You know what it is?
It's
a great place to create your content. So if you're gonna make a
best
video
editor,
yeah, it's free video editing that I don't think you could buy a better video editing system.
It's very simple to use.
So,
and a lot of options.
That's the way I use it. Yeah, and then that's how most of your content gets out to the internet is through TikTok.
Well, any of the
or
economy lovers. Well, I said it's economy lovers.
Right.
Why, yes, we are.
Yeah.
What I do, any video I make for business or any video I make for Bentley with the dog, or any video that I sneakily make of Linda, or anything I do as like an advertisement for my OnlyFans page.
Yeah, right.
I always make a TikTok first because the editing is so much better, and then I could just save the video.
Yeah, right.
And share it to Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I do. I save it to my phone first.
It would be nice if there was an option to take the watermark off, just the watermark off, in case you didn't want to.
You could, save your video to your phone before you upload it to TikTok.
Oh, it takes the Facebook. It takes the TikTok watermark off.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, that's if you ever notice, my videos don't have that.
Oh, but that could also be because you're a big shot.
I have the better editing options.
You have better everything because you exceeded 10,000 followers. You got a whole bunch of shit, including, if I may say, a free selfie stick that's about to be repossessed because you haven't held up your end of the agreement.
I'm using it right now. I'm still seeing if I like it.
Was there anything you want to say about it? No, there's
I don't
not.
really like it.
You're not a fan of a four-legged tripod?
No, it's not very stable.
Which
with
flies
four
in the
legs.
face of vocabulary.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. They called it a quad tripod. There's no such thing as that, and it's not very stable when you open it.
Do you know what
That's
the
all I'm gonna
problem is
say.
with? Do you know why they call it a quad tripod? Because when you translate from Chinese to English,
Okay.
some things get lost in translation.
Gotcha.
I actually did a job years ago where we were installing environmental systems that were coming off of these brand new Fujifilm developing systems for the Daily News of Manhattan.
Cool.
And so the guys were installing the film machine. We were installing the environmental stuff. And the guys that were doing the film machine were from another company, and they just kept laughing and laughing. Finally, they showed us the books that they got, and it was translated from Chinese. And it was barely, the words were English,
Yeah.
but they weren't in the right places.
Yeah, not in the right order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was definitely, that was the ultimate word salad.
Good evening, Eric.
What's up, Eric? A new rising star in Hemlock Farms is Eric Bufong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have him do a thing this month.
Well,
this
we're in contract negotiations.
Yeah.
But
I hear his lawyer's a little, he's a little hard to work with.
That's not the word you used before.
Oh,
It started with a J and ended with ooey.
Yeah. Yeah, he was, and it was, I couldn't take it. I had to leave the room.
And the eve of the Jewish New Year, we speak ill.
And I told Eric, I says, no offense. I want to negotiate with you, but this guy's driving me crazy.
Jeff dear, meathead. It was Rabinowitz, and Rabinowitz. Three Jews that have ripped the meat right off your bones there, meathead.
Yeah, they were tough, man. They were tough. So, yeah,
that's okay.
We'll see how it goes.
I understand. You've been having some conversations with some lawyers too. You got your contract changed a little bit.
What did I do now?
Got old Vinny jumping through fucking hoops now.
Oh, what do you mean
Use your TikTok leverage that now coffee has to be brewed fresh by 6:50, 10 minutes before showtime.
I don't like it,
kept at a very specific temperature.
I don't like it too hot or too cold. I like it at a right, proper temperature. So it's got to be presented to me at the proper time.
Well,
otherwise,
I mean, you could have just asked. You didn't have to get the lawyers involved and management.
Well, you asked for it. I'll say that.
Was it? Did you feel that I wasn't taking your needs into consideration?
Yes, I felt slighted.
Did you? You felt as if your needs were slighted? And you were considered then less than a human in this particular instance?
Mm-hmm. But I'm back. I've come back. I've healed, if you will.
Okay. So explain to me why, if you don't mind, you gave away your autographs for free today. You got to remember what you are. Anytime you sign anything, you gotta charge.
I gave them away, and here's why.
I don't care that the kid was 3.
It was like 10 minutes before we got to where we were going, and there was that song from I think it was the 70s, and it's like, give a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Give a little bit. And I had that in my head, and then I'm like, I just stepped out of the car, and then that little old lady come running over. What was I gonna do? Charge a little old lady?
Well, I have to agree with you there, especially since security knocked her down. So,
and then and then there was the young kid, and he's like, "Oh, I always looked up to you, and I'm gonna be just like you one day." And
God, I hope not. His parents were horrified to hear
says,
that.
"Come here, give me this. I signed this for you." So I signed his hat. He had like a nice hat.
Okay, and you signed it for him?
Yeah,
for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
not a bad thing.
You're not a good businessman.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
I'm not a good businessman because I have a very kind heart, a very gentle heart, if you will.
Fuck your heart.
So I don't like to try to rip people off or things. I just much rather have a chill vibe with you. You know what I mean?
You know what? I got a big heart too, and the doctor says it's not a good thing.
I love it.
Hey, Janet, how are you? I'm
Janet.
trying to. I don't know why I can't get this larger because my eyes are so fucking jacked. I can't see shit from a distance.
Oh, you want my glasses?
No, because I'm too far away from the goddamn, damn it. So last week we had Eric on, and then you had something recently that you said was, I believe the exact quote was, "Bomb diggity."
Did I say bomb diggity?
I believe you did.
Wow.
And then you were doing a little thumb dance.
I did?
That's how excited you were.
Like a...
Please
I did
don't.
a thumb dance?
Yeah.
Oh
please don't reenact it.
I don't recall this. Was I, was there mushrooms involved? Was there...
I don't know. Well, I'm just going to come out and say this. I don't know if I've ever had an interaction with you where you weren't high, and I'm afraid that if that happens one day, I don't know if I'm going to like you.
You might not know who I am.
I might not know. You might be a stranger in my world.
Where's my friend?
What did you do with him?
Oh my God.
So it was the Stromboli dance is what you were doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Stromboli was delicious, man.
I hear.
Really was.
Unfortunately, I could probably eat the contents of the Stromboli. I just can't eat what it's encased in.
The peppers inside were delicious too. It was like, I don't know how he cooked them, how he prepared them and cooked them, but they were perfect.
Being somebody that's not a stranger to the kitchen.
Yeah.
I imagine there was heat involved.
Oh, I bet.
There was probably knife work.
They were perfectly cooked green peppers.
Yeah, I'm going to say heat, cutting and heat. I think it was going to be how I would handle the situation.
You know, I like, you ever just put them in the oven and just, roast them in the oven? You know what I'm talking about? Like red peppers.
The problem with using the oven is it takes me 10 minutes to take all the shit that I store in there out.
Okay.
So since I have this handy thing called a microwave.
You put your peppers in the microwave?
Yeah, it's how you make roasted red peppers in the microwave. You take tinfoil, you crump it up a little bit, you put it at the floor of the microwave. And then you put the peppers on that. And then when they get black, you take them out. Roasted red pepper. I'm sorry if you're too lazy to learn how to use the microwave.
Oh, God. You're such a disgrace. What the fuck? Oh,
listen, I happen to know that your daughter likes to reheat pizza in the microwave.
Oh, she better not. It takes 5 minutes I would rather eat it cold than to eat it out of the microwave.
What fucking oven do you have? That takes 5 minutes to get from fucking room temperature to 350 and then heat a slice of pizza. That's like trying to change the physics of how water gets soaked into a grit, as my cousin Vinny would say.
You plan your meal. I mean, if you know you want a slice of pizza for lunch, turn the oven on an hour before you want your lunch.
She's what, 7?
Oh, Livy?
Yeah.
She's 9.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. I think our other little friend,
Yeah.
Kylie, I think she's 7. Livy's 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I would guarantee she hasn't once in her young life yet planned her next shower. Never mind planning her meal an hour ahead of time.
I thought you were talking about Jesse.
No, you ratted on Livy today. I think you said it was Livy, and you said it's going to be the crust is going to... You were so fucking jacked up this morning.
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you were trying to tell her that the crust was going to be like bubble gum.
This was this morning?
Yes.
I don't even recall it. Yeah.
You do remember us spending some time in a vehicle this
Yeah,
morning.
very
Okay.
very little though. Very little.
Oh, well, it wasn't memorable.
It's
My
like
pants
a
were on.
fog. Yeah. What was Livy? What was Livy doing? Oh, is this after school?
I guess. She
Okay.
reheated a slice of pizza in the microwave.
Oh my
And you were all kinds of twisted about it.
Well, I'm sure I was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, put it in the oven.
It's a simple thing called I'll cook to order, too. Like,
Delish.
again, the oven, it's a big fucking to do. Makes the house hot.
Yeah. But it makes your pizza nice and crisp on the bottom, melts the cheese evenly on the top,
I don't enjoy good food.
and it doesn't draw every bit of moisture out of it so that you're pulling on it and you're gnawing at it like a dry fucking sponge with pasta sauce on it.
That's what you said. You told it was going to taste like a sponge.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
So you just said something interesting
Mm-hmm.
that flies in the face of a comment that you made on the social medias this week.
Oh, were you talking about gravy and pasta?
You just said pasta sauce on it. First of all, it's pizza sauce.
Okay, because the sauce you pour onto the pizza. You
Correct.
don't pour gravy onto pizza.
Right.
Because gravy's got meat in it, it's got pork in it,
And it's brown.
Sometimes it's got chicken in it, maybe it's got hard-boiled eggs in it.
So perhaps I was mistaken, but I thought you were a gravy guy.
Gravy, yeah. But not on pizza. That's
Okay,
pizza
but what
sauce.
about on pasta?
Well, if it has no meat in it and it's just tomatoes, it's a sauce.
And if it has meat in it and it's got tomatoes, it's still a sauce.
It's gravy.
It's brown.
It's got the oils from the meat now in it. The fat is cooking in it from the meat.
Delicious sauce.
Right? And then you put other stuff in it. You
It's
put
saucy.
pork in it with all kinds of shit and guts and ghoul. That's then becomes a gravy. It thickens.
When does it turn brown?
Just because. What do you think? Every gravy in the world is brown?
Somewhere between white and brown, yes. Because you got to remember,
I bet you somewhere between white and brown, you'll find the color red. Okay. All right. So there goes your fucking theory, pal.
That is an actually shockingly cogent point you just made.
Well, have that.
I don't have a color wheel handy, but I am going to investigate the claim you just made. And I will report back because I'm not 100% sure that's true. But I hope it is.
Let me see this. Is this in the way?
Eric says, no, not at all. Eric says, I have a convection oven and I do everything from scratch. Wow. Check out Mr. Fancy Pants.
From scratch, huh?
Roy, if you're still watching, is it sauce or is it gravy? Janet, your name ends in a vowel. Is it sauce or is it gravy?
Well, like
it's
I said,
sauce.
if I can make a simple sauce on a Sunday to put on my spaghetti.
I wasn't asking you. You're insane.
I could also make gravy where I add chopped meat to it. Maybe I add chopped pieces of pork to it. Maybe I put
beef stock and gravy mix.
All kinds of
it becomes brown.
Oh my goodness.
And you put it over a meatloaf.
So
or some mashed potatoes or turkey.
But that's what I call it.
Would you ever put tomato sauce on potatoes? No. You put gravy.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Gravy.
Brown gravy.
It's nice. It's thick. That's what makes it gravy.
And brown.
If it was thinner, it would be a sauce.
I believe if it's brown or a ecru in color. A nice
I like a nice ecru.
A nice ecru sausage and biscuits. That has a lovely ecru gravy on it. It certainly does not have a sauce. Same can be said for like a nice rigatoni.
I love rigatonis.
If I may invoke my own family name.
I see that.
I could put gravy on that. That would be lunacy. you put sauce. You call it sauce. You teach your children it's sauce, and you stop hating everything about your family and your lineage.
Oh. Speaking of family, hey Jenny. Jenny calls it sauce no matter what, I think.
Okay, so let
But
me
it's
get this
gravy.
straight. And please, Jenny, I hope nobody takes offense to this. A farm girl
Mm-hmm.
knows what it's called,
Mm-hmm.
and Little Italy
Mm-hmm.
looks at something and says, well, that's not brown. It's got no mushrooms, and it's not on a turkey. Must be gravy.
Because it's only, like I said, but if you just got just tomatoes in it, it's sauce.
So if I say
You got to look up what's it. You
I
know,
have a
we gotta
beautiful
Google the definition of the word sauce.
only
and
if
then
it's Italian,
definition
Google.
of the word gravy, and I bet you.
You got 11 fucking phones. Google something.
Okay, let me go.
So
Let me go Google this.
let me ask. Let's say theoretically, I am cooking a fine, and I'm slow cooking a fine, beautiful Sunday sauce, which I'm not even gonna point out the fact that Sunday sauce always has meat in it, but it's called Sunday sauce. But let's say I'm just doing a sauce. I'm like a saucier, and I'm making a sauce that contains only tomatoes.
And you're feeling saucy.
I'm feeling saucy,
Mhm.
maybe a little salty.
Okay.
I'm making this beautiful sauce. Even you would come into my home, into the bosom of my heart, and you would say, "That's a fine looking sauce you got there, Vinny." You would know it was a sauce because, by your definition, there's no meat.
There's no meat in it.
Okay, so now I say, "Hey Jeff, do me a favor, try out one of those little cocktail meatballs I made." And because you're a clumsy oaf, you accidentally drop half the meatball after biting into it, falls, bounces off your perfectly pocketed shirt, and falls in my sauce. Bam, now it's gravy.
Yeah, if you chop it up.
So
got a
the
nice-
meat has to be sized a certain way.
Well, no, but it could be gravy, I guess. You might get,
Because there's half a meatball in it.
Sure.
It makes this transition.
It's now transitioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about
I'm
the
gonna
ratio too. You know what I mean?
I'm going to call you a transgravial. You think you could change the pronouns of my sauce just by fucking accidentally spitting a piece of grizzle in it?
Let me see what I see here.
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever find your glasses, or are those new?
These are the ones that I got at Home Depot that time.
Oh, so those other glasses are gone for good?
Yeah. I don't know where they went.
I-
Oh, okay. See, this is why I tell you I'm right. Okay.
Is that Italian Google?
This
I
is
only accept
Google.
Italian Google.
It says definition of gravy: the fat and juices that drip from cooking
Oh, say that slower.
meat, often thickened, seasoned, flavored, etc., used as a sauce for meat, potatoes, rice, etc.
Oh, wait a
So
minute.
because it is a liquid that has cooked with the fats and the juices of meats and it thickens, it's a gravy. There you have it. It's gravy.
So nothing Italian like pasta was listed in the list of things that it was used to
Pour
be put on.
over. All right, let's look up sauce.
Eric, I have questions. Are your in-laws born here or born over there? That's my first question. And also, I think, honestly, the gravy sauce thing, the gravy is more of a Sicilian thing. And you know how we all think about Sicilians.
Hey now. Hey there, you. Okay.
Jenny keeps getting mixed up between her glasses and Alex Medina's glasses.
Okay, so here is what a definition of
Sauce?
sauce
Okay.
is a thick liquid served with food, usually savory dishes, to add moistness and flavor. Tomato sauce. So you see, it's a liquid. It doesn't mention anything about having your meatballs in it, your meats, your chopped meats, or your maybe some pork or something in there, or how about some nice Italian sausage that you cook nice and slow in that motherfucker all day long.
Oh, and that beautiful sauce.
Oh my god!
The Sunday sauce, not
And
gravy.
then the fats cook into it and thicken it into a gravy.
Tina's here, and I guarantee Tina is team sauce. I believe she's quite saucy.
She's saucy?
If I may say so.
She's a saucier.
Yes, she's a saucier.
And she's sassy though.
Yeah, I don't think Northern Italians call it gravy, because we don't hate ourselves. Up in Naples, we're happier.
You're happier people.
Yeah, we're not
a kinder folk.
Well, you know what it is. We're not. If we're not in Sicily, we're not constantly having to climb mountains.
I understand that. That's why I got big calves.
Yeah, like a goat.
Oh, let me go back to our.
So I see we're not going to solve the.
No, it'll never
be
be
debate
solved
in one show, but I think I can break you down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
So, just to bounce back and forth, we didn't get to talk about a lot of stuff because we were so enthralled.
Yeah.
With Eric.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tina says no gravy here. Why? Because tomato sauce isn't brown. Once it's brown,
Google.
Once it's brown, it's gravy.
Google. Tina.
There's no. I want to see you put a nice, beautiful brown gravy with mushrooms and those little fucking lumps in it right on your pasta and enjoy.
I don't know about that.
We both agree that's gravy too.
Maybe with some gnocchi, I'd put some brown gravy on it. This way it tastes like little German dumplings.
Yeah, you can get away with that.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I'm down with.
Jenny needs to make some dumplings, man. We need to get that shit going.
Yeah, because I picked the perfect time to cut out carbs.
Oh yeah, that's
in the baking and soup season.
Yeah. What's your favorite soup? What is your favorite soup
right now?
Yes,
being in pretty much having DTs from carb withdrawal. Mm-hmm. I would love a lovely soup made completely of cheese balls and Dr. Pepper.
That sounds good, man.
And if I could get a double sugar Dr. Pepper, I will take that. Wow. And you don't have to go crazy. You don't need to turn this into a cheese ball gravy.
Right.
You only want the cheese balls to marinate in Dr. Pepper for a couple minutes, and then you got to eat it fast. Because if you think cereal gets soggy,
foamy and soggy,
can you imagine what happens to cheese balls?
Never did that before, but
it
sounds like quite the soup.
It's a pre-workout soup, I like to call it.
Oh, is that?
So can I just say we stopped over your house the other day?
You just said it.
Oh, that was thoughtless of me.
Go ahead.
I could have fucking eaten every fucking muffin your wife made.
Oh, she made muffins?
Or cupcakes or muffiny cupcakes.
Yes.
Or something that contained baked goods and sugar.
My wife is a lot of people don't know this. She's the greatest baker of all times.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to say that.
Okay. I'm not saying she's not in the top 5.
Greatest baker of all time.
What about the world famous baker Drake's?
From Drake's Cakes?
Or
Little Debbie?
Yes. Little Debbie, also another famous bakeress.
Oh, what about the guy from Dunkin' Donuts that used to go and bake the donuts?
Well, now you're arguing against your own point. I'm just saying that does Jenny beat all these? Or is she a high peak on a mountainous terrain?
All right. In the world of bakers and baketeers,
which, by the way, is a cutthroat business, from what I understand.
She is on Mount Rushmore of the.
Mount Rushmore's not really high.
Just
Just got a lot of heads on it. You want to think of maybe Rainier. There's probably another couple we could think. Mount Washington's pretty big. I mean, you might say that if there was ever a Mount Rushmore for bakers,
Yeah,
Jenny has my vote as one of the slots.
that's what I'm saying. She's on there.
Okay.
She's on there.
Okay. Because like I said, I've never been there in person, but from pictures, it looks,
It's not
15,
that big.
maybe 20 feet high.
Yeah, there's a lot of big faces on it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's
Yes.
Dave Rhodes.
But you know what? There's always room for one more.
That's right.
Maybe we'll have,
Right now they're doing Geronimo.
maybe we'll put T Rump up there. What?
I think Geronimo. Is that who they're doing now? The Indian guy?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they added the guy on the horse. Crazy Horse, is it? Maybe his name is Crazy Horse?
Oh, what do you mean? The Sicilian guy that used to fake cry about the garbage
No,
dump?
not him.
Oh,
No. I forget his name now. Maybe it's Crazy Horse?
Tim makes another point. See, I think what happens with Tim,
Famous Amos.
I think he watches the show a little bit behind,
Mm-hmm.
but Famous Amos is another baker.
Here's the thing about
I'm not saying is better than Jenny. I'm just saying
Famous
mountainous
Amos
terrain.
was a one-trick pony. Okay, he made some
king of cookies.
tasty little chocolate chip cookies, and then he sold out, man, and he went corporate, and then all his cookies started tasting like Petridge Farm cookies,
like Eric's gonna do.
You know,
Eric's gonna mass produce those fucking Strombolis,
Oh yeah,
and then we'll
Yep.
probably look to charge us
$30-$40 a Stromboli.
for Stromboli, but
Yeah.
probably also charge us for appearances. He'll probably have an appearance fee.
Oh, I'm sure he'll have his appearance fee. He's gonna want his chair moved every time.
He'll be in here with fucking sunglasses.
I'm sure he's gonna need a prep room where he could prep.
I'm gonna prep better for Eric next time. That chair's got to come out. We can't have him squished in because it's very hard to hear.
Maybe we could do a thing where
We put him in a phone booth.
I'm here or you're here and I'm here. We're looking at each other and he's in the middle looking and he's
You know, it'd
in
be
the
even
middle.
cooler.
or something.
Maybe for the Christmas show, we'll have Eric back,
Mm-hmm.
and we could both sit on his lap.
That would be fun.
That would.
I
be
mean, we
fun.
did it
I
already.
mean, it'd be fun for us. Wasn't
Yeah.
so much fun for Eric.
No, but boy, is he strong when he gets angry.
he really is. He got up like we weren't even there. Have you ever had Italian cookies?
Sure.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And I'm guessing
My whole life.
I'm going to be blocking out a period of time leading up to Christmas where I'm going to not be doing this whole not cart thing.
Well, what you have to do is remember that it's temporary and you just do one or two of them. That's it. And you got to make
Oh.
sure that that's all there is.
I'm looking forward to a couple Christmas cocktails too, because then I'll be
A little Christmas cocktail never hurt nobody.
a little Christmas cocktail never hurt nobody. I've eliminated alcohol from my diet. Now it'll be
great.
2 months on the 5th,
It's awesome,
I
man.
think, and a lot of calories I'm saving.
Organs too.
Oh, we got 2 of everything.
Yeah, that's true. 2 stomachs, 2 livers.
Some have 3, I bet.
You know,
But yeah, so I'm guessing. Oh, his wife makes the Italian cookies. Yeah, I mean, ugh.
we'll have to do
Pignoli
a.
cookies, I love.
We'll have to do a nice little cookie trade this year, Eric, with Jenny's cookies. It'll be nice.
Trade exchange.
Yeah, I'll drop some off to him. Me and him meet somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm like, you got the cookies? He's like, yeah, you got the cookies. I'm like, I got them.
Hopefully,
we
that
make a
somewhere will
switch.
be outside of Hemlock Farms. So they stop busting his balls.
You know, and yeah, right. Well, what if you were just if anybody busts his balls, couldn't he go right outside the gate there at Forest?
I don't see why not.
And then it wouldn't be an issue. Is there still been any issues, as they say, issues recently?
I don't know.
Since he's changed positions. I drink eggnog, Oriel. I drink it like once a year.
So
It tastes really good. I'll drink it twice.
I recently had a good I think it was my brother. Yeah, I think my brother at my sister's house introduced me to his spiked eggnog, and it was really good. Problem with eggnog is you don't want to drink enough to have the vomit because eggnog coming out not pleasant at all. Not as pleasant as throwing up buttermilk. I'm going to say that.
Really?
Yeah. Don't ask me how I know that.
Would you confuse it for eggnog?
Yeah, buttermilk doesn't go well with orange juice and vodka.
Oh
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I would never. Can't even fucking touch the buttermilk carton. How would you like a nice, refreshing glass of this thick, viscousy?
I might enjoy it. I love buttermilk. I love butter, man.
I love anything if it says buttermilk pancake. Love it, but buttermilk itself, not crazy about.
Did you ever make your own buttermilk?
Why on earth would I make my own buttermilk? How do you milk a fucking stick of butter?
When you're in the process of making the butter, what's left over from making the butter, because it's got no more fat in it and stuff, is the buttermilk. It's because the milk that's been processed through this butter that you just made. And that's where you get your buttermilk from.
Huh.
I make my own butter. That's how come I know this. And then I save the buttermilk for Jenny, and she makes the pancakes with them.
So
then we take the butter that we made and we melt it on the buttermilk fucking pancakes with the fucking syrup that I get out of the trees in the backyard.
What? Oh, that's yes. I've had coquito and it's very good. Linda made it for me and made it for people. I can't remember who. A couple of years ago.
What'd you make?
I want to give homage to the background. I believe it's pronounced coquito.
Oh yeah, I think I had that. Didn't she make some for me?
Oh, maybe that was it.
You guys dropped some off or something like that. I took it out back and I.
Oh, that was when you were in Miami. No, that wasn't coquito.
Oh.
It was viscousy though.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Hope you enjoyed that too.
Had a certain tang, had a little wang to it.
A little bit. But Steve says he went to Sam's Club and the Christmas displays are out already. Yeah, Home Depot as well. Put all their shit up this weekend. So it was October 1st and the Christmas displays were up.
Really?
Yeah.
They're just going right past Halloween.
Halloween never got, at least in Home Depot, never got past a little, like a kind of a small section.
They have to sell Christmas more sooner these days because less people believe in Christmas.
I love rum punch.
So they need more time to sell the shit that nobody wants to buy.
Okay.
That is my theory.
Okay.
Otherwise, they would just sell it when they always did, and everybody would always have shit like they always did, and be fine.
But don't still.
There was never a shortage of anything Christmas ever, right? When you went shop, like, oh heck, I just can't find lights anywhere. Like, did you ever say that? Where are you getting these trees?
Where are all these fucking trees coming from? It's organized religion has become such a almost caricature of what people have said about it for many years. But I don't know if I agree with your lack of religion Christmas bullshit comparison, only because 99% of the people that are buying trees and wreaths and garland and all that horse shit ain't going to church on Christmas Eve either.
This is true. Very true.
Wait for my Christmas. Just call me the Black Clark Griswold.
But here, my theory is this is like, but if they're not going to church, then nobody's reminding them that the Christmas is coming. You understand? So they got to kind of play the church's role and start putting the word out there. Hey
Bring in the
guys,
holiday season.
we're almost coming into the, the time when Christ came and, he found the guy with no shoes on. So we got to,
I
they're
mean,
just kind of putting it out there.
Granted, there's only 85 days between now and Christmas, roughly, give or take.
That's what I mean. It goes fast. They don't want you to forget because they know you're not in church getting reminded. They know you're at work being a slave like everybody else.
Longboard says, did you guys stock up on extra undies and socks? Toilet paper and paper towels are out.
Let's get into that a little bit.
But I haven't followed it very closely.
Did you just say toilet paper and paper towels are out? Are they really out? Are we really back to that again?
That, no. And it's based on the dock worker strike, not COVID.
Okay. I don't know what the strike is about, but if it has to do with wages, I have to stand by that, and I'm a union guy. I support unions. That's me. I'm a registered conservative though, but I do support an honest wage and stuff like that, and workers' rights.
That's
things
fair.
Like that, and if they're not being treated properly, then they need to shut that shit down. And I don't give a fuck who can't wipe their ass. No human being should be treated like shit just so you could wipe your fucking ass. That's how I feel.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna need that little gift I gave you the other day back.
Yeah.
I don't want to insult you.
No, go ahead. I don't know. I don't know what they're striking about, so I'm just speaking on.
I mean about the gift.
Union.
I agree with you on the strike.
Oh.
I agree with unions that don't just. There are plenty of unions out there that just collect their dues and don't actively collectively bargain for their
workers, right? Yeah.
And then there are strong unions out there that.
Yeah, I come from. I like to think that I come from a union.
The trades union. I mean, once the mafia got out of it, the trades unions typically were strong and did well by their employees.
They always took care of me. I mean, I'm okay today, and I know I'm going to be okay.
Define
in 10
okay.
Years. Well, I'm taken care of.
Okay, financially.
Financially, I'm okay.
Okay,
and that's because of the union.
But knowing you, they seem to have put you through some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, they did. But I enjoyed it too.
I mean, didn't you tell me the other day you spent like 4 weeks or 4 months under a fucking floor?
4 months. Try 15 years.
It's a big floor.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh shit! We finished one building. I started as a first-year apprentice. By the time I was a fifth year, we finished that building, and then 15 years later, we walked out the other side of the other building that we started.
And Steve was right with you.
Yes, he was.
Watching
Steve Scheitel, man. We did it together, man.
Watching you snore,
dude, man. No, we used to go to lunch. We get really high. And then we go
way.
Yeah, we go underneath the raised floor and we would lay out the craziest pipe systems, man. It would blow your fucking mind. I was always proud of our fucking layouts. It's great stuff, man. Just great stuff. So, yeah. Good times. Yeah, Steve was there, man. Only guy in the local I couldn't work with. That's what Jenny says about me.
Yeah, well, I witnessed the difficulty of working with you on Friday.
Yeah. But see, Steve said he'd laugh with me all day.
Well, yeah, I could see that. But so Friday, you had a little bit of under the floor flashbacks.
Oh my god!
Except that I'm assuming that when you were a pipe fitter, you weren't lying in
shit. No. We were classy, man. We were classy. We were high purity stainless steel fitters, man. In a computer chip plant for IBM. It was very clean. It was beautiful. But this was under the floor pipes. Instead of the pipes being filled with toxic gases, they were filled with shit this weekend. And which I got on me.
Which do you prefer?
Between shit and toxic gases?
Yes.
I don't know. That's
It's
to be
close,
decided.
right?
I was lucky enough to get away with decided.
It's close, right?
I was lucky enough to get away with getting hit with any toxic gas. I did get some chemicals on me a few times, but I was okay.
Well, well, the methane that you were exposed to
That was driving me crazy.
is toxic.
Dude, that was like I was getting a headache down there with that shit.
So you were doing literally. So you were going back to your roots,
Yeah.
doing a little plumbing work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why is it that Jenny didn't offer to help? I forget.
You know, might have had something to do with me cursing and screaming at her.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. I mean, these things happen when you have shit in your mouth.
You know. Oh,
in your eyes and up your nose.
I cut through the pipe and I felt it. Just that was it. But well, we had control of the pipe, I thought, and then it cracked further down the line. You know, so it obviously nobody was holding that part, so the whole fucking line just dropped, man, and shit went everywhere.
Was it like a slurry?
It was a slurry. It was very slurryish, and then once it started flowing, you know, because the rest of the line is pitched, it just kept coming and coming.
Like a mudslide.
Had to run over there and prop up the thing to like back pitch it, you know. Oh God. Shit all over me. I was so fucking pissed. And I see Jenny, you know, like any good wife, she's got that little fucking smirk going, thinking to herself, you know. I'm like, Jenny, don't fucking smirk, don't do it.
Yes, sir. A shit slurry.
Yeah, it was nasty, Eric. I don't get into
shit
plumbing. I'm a pipe fitter, but
aren't you a plumber too?
Yes, we are. Our reunion hall is a plumbing and pipe fitting, you know, hall. Yeah.
But do you have a plumbing license?
No.
Okay, then you're allowed to not get into plumbing.
Right. Jenny has a plumbing license. I could have taken the test. I just didn't take it. I had no interest in it. I just wanted to fit pipe. That was my thing, and like do layout and stuff. So
under the floor. Yeah,
I just didn't think I'd be under the floor all those years, man. Took a toll on my body.
You think?
Yeah, dude, man. My knees are shot. My hips, I know that. My elbows are bad. Yeah. So I could, you know. But, you know, it had its benefits too. Don't get me wrong. You know. Sit there. I got paid to draw pictures all day because, you know, this is now they fucking
pre-CAD.
Well, yeah, everything's on a fucking computer now, man.
Well, growing up, my neighbor, he was a pipe designer.
Yeah.
Who never learned CAD. So he always either drew it out or did 3-dimensional models.
Yes.
Like he designed the sewage treatment plant in Brooklyn. You know, and it just, you know, started out as this scale model. But he retired by the time everybody had to learn CAD. Yeah,
it blows my mind. And don't get me wrong, I think it's great. You know, it's awesome and all, but it's like, well, it's kind of a lost art now when you think about like what it took for us to climb in there or climb up into these crazy spots where we used to go and like get these accurate measurements, man, that sometimes would take all day, you know?
Oh yeah.
And then to build it somewhere else because we were so sure of what we fucking made, and then it just to have it shift there and go and it fits, you know? Like that's a fucking art, man. Like I wonder, you know, if they still at least teach some basic bullshit, man, like drawing.
You would hope. I mean, now Jenny walks around with a computer and fucking satellites figure out everything.
So if she has to put up a hanger, she just walks around, and when she gets to the right spot, her fucking thing goes beep, 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 beep. That's it. Oh, hanger goes here. It just goes to the next one. It's like,
it's crazy.
Which is, in a way, kind of cool too, because, you know, accountability and stuff like that. If you know, if something goes wrong, you can go back to this computer now and say, well, this said exactly
in the right
here,
place.
beeped here, you know, so that's cool too.
Gio was a top-notch layout guy.
Ah, thanks, dude. I love that shit, man. I can remember I ran 20 lines one time, and I think it was like a 3/4 inch centers or some shit, which was like super tight. It was 1/4 inch tubing, but like 20 lines, and it was just like this whole crazy
Roller coaster.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I think Steve and John Manaher helped me with that towards the end. Towards the end of our tour.
Towards the end of your tour, back in the IBM.
Yeah, man. It was such a great place to work. It really was. It really was. You know.
Well, just the weed alone.
Dude, we did what we wanted there. It didn't matter. We smoked weed right in the parking lot. We did whatever we wanted. They just, as long as the shit got done, they left us alone. You know, that was pretty much it. And you'd be lucky if your fucking partner wasn't shit-faced drunk, you know?
Well, you said that guy Steve was a bad drinker.
Oh,
Drink
yeah,
in the morning?
Steve, no, he liked his, he liked his herb, boy. That's for sure. I don't know if I ever saw him drunk, to tell you the truth.
It helps with the herb helps with your creativity.
Well, it does. Yeah, that's why I think we did such great layout together, all of us, man, because we get high, and then you just you focus on, just making things look nice and flow nice. Yeah, see, he don't drink. Yeah, so as I say, I don't ever really recall him drinking. Never have. Yeah. I didn't think so, Steve.
Better.
Hey, Edward's
it's
watching.
Better for you.
What is to not drink? Yeah, it's better. You're better off not drinking anyway. Nothing good comes of it.
So you had an interesting perspective on the local churchgoers recently. We didn't get to talk about it last week.
Yeah,
I'm going to say we were close to the accident that you witnessed, and we heard the tires screeching, but it happened so briefly. Linda didn't even catch it, and I wasn't even sure of what I heard.
The guy was in the right. I don't think he was speeding or anything. It's a dangerous intersection over there. It always has been. It's kind of blind pulling out of the church, and the guy was coming, I don't know what direction is that, south on 739. So she was making a left to go towards Weiss.
Mm-hmm.
And he hit his brakes, but I don't even think he was doing 30 miles an hour when he hit her.
Yeah, there wasn't a significant amount of damage to the car that I saw.
But
so she was coming out of a church.
Yeah, she was coming right from church. I mean, and not one person from that church stopped to see if she was okay. I just found that to be strange. Well, not really strange. I found it, unfortunately, to be typical of churchgoers. And here's one more thing that got me was 2 women actually stopped to complain that the cars weren't being moved out of the way fast enough. These were people that had just gotten out of church. Their fellow, what would you call it, parishioner is sitting in her car, T-boned, right?
Oh, okay. Now the story gets hot.
Right? And they're driving around her complaining that her fucking car is in the middle of the road because she's been in an accident. And I was just I just said to myself, well, there you go. There's religion right there for you.
That's a lot of loving the neighbor right there.
Yeah. So I found it to be just, so typical.
Steve says leaving church on Sunday is straight prison rules anymore.
See, Steve,
Well, he's right, because 90% of those people are heading either to the one deli there is or the supermarket.
Or to get shit-faced drunk.
Oh, yeah. Well, now they can get the alcohol, at least the beer at the supermarket.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that was interesting. I wasn't surprised at it at the least.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we didn't even stop. We just pointed and laughed at you.
Yeah, like Jenny stopped. She got out. The guy got out. He was all fucking revved up, started cursing out the old lady. I think his adrenaline was just,
Yeah, that happens.
that happens. I was expecting him to like regret it, and he did. That's why I didn't get involved. He's just, he saw Jenny get out. Jenny's like, all right, calm down. And then he started yelling again. And then I think he saw myself and another guy, and he was just like, okay, let me take this down a notch. He did.
Yeah, a lot of that's adrenaline.
And then later on, he apologized. He even apologized to me. He says, I'm sorry if it sounded like I was yelling at your wife. I said, it's okay. I do it all the time. I yell at her all the time.
Somebody's got to keep the women in their place. Yeah, actually, Linda wanted to stop.
Yeah.
And at that point, to me, it would be another car added to the confusion because there were other people stopped.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say you and Jenny seemed to have it under control, but Jenny seemed to have it under control.
Yeah, Jenny did. I didn't get out of the car. I tried to stay in the car because I didn't want to add to the confusion in the street.
I thought you had gotten out of the car because I saw you rifling through the woman's pocket.
I did get out. I didn't want to get out.
Oh, I see.
But
what
I
you're saying.
did get out. Yeah, Jenny eventually got me out of the car, and I didn't find anything good in there, but whatever.
And no Werther's candies, at least, and Werther's original.
There was one, but the wrapper was stuck.
Okay. No double mint gum.
No double. Yeah, there was
half a stick.
There was a half a stick. It was dried and it had cracked.
yes, and some tissue, some wadded up tissue.
Yep,
that's always good.
Yeah, Oriole's like, all buzzed coming from church. Yeah, he's right, and Steve's right too. That a lot of people are making a mad dash because it's fucking football Sunday, man. They got to get home for the game.
I guess that's true too. I don't know what this lady was mad dashing about. She was a little bit of the older generation, the greatest generation.
She's 86 years old.
Oh my God! Why is she still driving?
Well, she went to church, and then she was like, I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to. And I'm thinking to myself, this lady's 86. She wants to go home and get a fucking bottle of scotch right now and sit in her fucking chair.
She's probably riding dirty anyway.
Right? Yeah.
The kids probably take the license away months ago.
At 86, you know what I mean? She wants to sit down and be left the fuck alone. So we drove her home. Jenny drove.
Yeah, Longboard says that, I never even thought to adjust this camera. Make it a little more centered.
How's that?
Look at that. Now we're gonna get double the viewers. Longwood says that they were probably all buzzed coming from church. We were just talking about snacky time at church.
Yeah,
that's just nice. I'm not Catholic, but I've been to Catholic church, and there's a snack time.
Yeah, a little snack time at the end.
Little crackers and juice.
A little time to reflect.
Yeah,
it's like, come on up, kids. We're gonna have a little juice. You have a little snack, and then I want you guys to go and you sit and you think about what I said, okay? And then when I'm all done handing this shit out, I'm gonna count to like 5, and then we're all gonna get up.
Okay. Well, that's true. Catholic Church is like calisthenics. It's basically CrossFit.
It's like
CrossFit with singing.
It is. It's like. Simon Says kind of shit.
Yes.
You just follow. I follow the lead. The guy in front of me sits, I sit. He stands, I stand. That's what I do.
Well, not being a Catholic, I've never taken communion in a Catholic church.
Oh, you should just do it.
Well, I always thought that if I did it, I would step up to the priest and I would stick my tongue out and hold my hands out like this.
Yeah.
And then I would say, "Your choice, holy man. Please choose wisely." And just to see where that goes. Just to see what choice he would make.
I think he's going for your tongue.
I do too.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
But I wonder if he would fake the hand pass and then go straight up.
Yeah, right.
Or if it would be more direct. Or if he would frisbee golf it.
He might just
take 2
like
steps back. Oh, that could be. Or take 2 steps back and wing it at me.
And give you one of these?
Double guns. I think a priest would only do double guns, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you wash it down with a little vino,
Well,
little community vino.
little germ wine.
Yeah. All
So
the old ladies and men went before you.
yeah,
Got some
that's
ghoul
all
in
I
their
need
fucking
is
gums.
that's all I need is RSV or some other fucking avian flu or some shit that the old people get. So in the Protestant church,
Mm-hmm.
where our snacky time consisted of a cube of bread
Oh.
and a plastic half shot glass of grape juice.
Now each person got their own grape
Dispensed,
juice.
yes, very sanitary.
Really?
Very sanitary in the Protestant
Your
church.
whole life, this is how it was?
Yes, but they only do it
Wow.
once a month.
And they do okay, so they do it once a month. So it's okay. So they make time for all these cups and all the shit they got to do.
Oh yeah, the ushers would come, big
Now,
special tray,
the bread is actual piece of bread, or is it the
actual
wafer?
piece of bread, no wafer, actual tiny
Oh.
cube of bread.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
I'm just wondering why the Catholic Church insists on using some sort of freeze-dried holy flesh.
It's cheaper.
Oh,
It's just got to be
the
cheaper.
Protestant is doing like more of a reconstituted
A nice
flesh.
It's got a nice loaf.
Yeah, it's a loafy piece of flesh. And also, again, it was grape juice that we got, not wine. So in the Catholic Church, is it actually it's sacramental
Actually
wine,
wine.
right? It's actual
Yeah.
wine. Okay,
Yeah, it's wine.
that's good. Priest get you nice and loose.
Yeah, it gets you all warmed up.
Yeah. Can you get online a couple of times?
You can only on the wine line.
Could you work up a nice little buzz?
yeah. You get the body once, and then it's like, we got anybody for seconds on the wine.
See, you would think you would want to do the blood first, maybe twice, maybe a third time, and then the body goes and absorbs some of that.
Yeah.
You don't want to do holy blood on an empty stomach.
Not all priests I've seen do this, but I have seen priests do this where at the end, if there's any wine left in the glasses there, the chalice, if you will, right?
I'm gonna up you on this one, but go ahead.
The goblets. If there's any wine left in that, the priest, I've seen them drink it, finish it off.
Yeah.
Like from multiple. So like they got one guy over here doing it, they got another guy. Now there's two fucking glasses and they're drinking out of the whole fucking community.
It's basically a petri dish.
And the priest is like, and then he wipes his lip, wipes the cup off. I'm just
Well,
like,
it's
dude,
the-
you just fucking drank all that shit.
It's the holy linen.
Oh
That-
man, come on, man, that's crazy.
I'm gonna one up you on that. What I have seen was the priest take the crumbs of Christ flesh, if I may, swipe them into
Christ flesh crumbs. Yes.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yes, that's Christ flesh crumbs. Taking the flesh crumbs. That's a tongue twister. Swiping them into the community goblet of blood.
Almost making like a stew,
Yes,
like a Christ stew.
That's exactly what it is.
So disgusting. So
Well, for marketing, I prefer to call it a savior stew. Eric, how'd you guess? So and then
yes, sir.
and then aerating the savior stew
Mm-hmm.
and consuming it.
Oh, that is just so fucked up, man. I don't know what
Well,
like, what
wine's
is that?
what 4% alcohol. That should kill everything.
I know, right? They got the cheapest shit they get their hands on.
Actually,
It just
might
barely makes it to wine.
Yeah, it might be nitrate. That'll kill anything. MD 2020 or some shit.
Oh my god.
See, when you get into the more progressive Catholic churches, they use Boone's Farm,
Yeah. Oh, the good stuff.
the good stuff.
What does it say? It's concentrated. It must be consumed. Oh, no leftovers. If too much wine and host are consecrated, it must be consumed. No leftovers. I wonder what the rule. Why is that a rule?
Well, actually, it makes sense to me if you truly believe that that is significant of the
waste it?
flesh and blood of Christ. Yeah, then you would waste
Why
it.
does the priest
You'd
get
guzzle
seconds? How come he doesn't say, "Hey, anybody else? I got a couple more. I got a couple more wafers.
Well,
We got anybody want to split this wine?"
and that's another thing. They never seem to have leftover wafers. It's just crumbs.
Yeah, it's
And
just
that's
the
what is their
crumbs.
guy's
He breaks
job
them
to
up.
count the crowd.
Breaks them up. I mean, I listen. I give him credit. If that's part of his job, where they're like, "Listen, bro, you do understand you got to drink all this shit if there's leftovers, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I get it."
And what if he's against alcohol or something? Or has a grape
don't know.
allergy?
I don't know. He might have
He's got to
to.
grab some altar boy by the hair and dump it down his
They may
throat.
got to use an altar boy or some stranger in the crowd, if you will.
Like maybe they do a lottery.
They could do a lottery. Could do a lottery, sure.
A big bingo ball thing, and you spin it.
And get some guy up here, and he's like, "I don't want to drink everybody else's spit."
Yeah. And you have a long microphone on a long stick,
And they're like, the whole community's
like Bob
watching him.
Barker. Yeah.
You do believe that's his blood, don't you? And he's like, "Yes."
Don't make me get the snakes out. Yeah, so in the Protestant church, you get gypped out of actual wine, at least in mine.
Okay, so
It
you guys
was-
do a grape juice.
It was grape juice. It was wine before it got to be wine. It was pre-wine. If you don't
Yeah,
mind.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, listen.
It's like the little
okay.
bit of grape juice that shoots out before the load of wine comes out.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Sounds delicious though. With a little bit of bread. Come on.
The thing
you
is, it
can't
was
go
very
wrong.
it was frowned upon if you soaked the bread in the grape juice and then ate it.
Right.
I think I got knocked off before. Tina says the body of Christ goes back into the tabernacle. So those are the leftover wafers. But the crumbs get made into a great Savior stew, and the priest drinks that. So he is the only one that gets seconds. But I guess he's kind of a person of authority in the church. You would think he's a priest.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you're the only Catholic one in the room. Well, I think Fred was Catholic.
I think they might want to share it. What if the priest wanted to share it? Can he share it?
Roy Romano happens to answer that question before you asked
Priest and the acolytes consume whatever's left.
What's an acolyte?
That's word to Google. It is a person that helps the priest finish the leftovers.
Oh, okay. Oh, excellent. You must have read the whole wiki.
I did.
Okay, that's great. Glad to hear you're nice and prepared. I thought there was another name for that, for the people that are not priests but
There's
can give communion.
Eucharistic.
Eucharistic minister, I think it's called. Because Tony's brother-in-law was a Eucharistic minister.
Yeah, a friend of mine used to be one as well. He's passed away. Good guy. Yeah. That's right. I forgot that term.
So that was a little disappointing for you, I guess, to witness that, huh?
What?
Nobody checking on this old lady.
Yeah, I was disappointed, and I was really disappointed in the people that felt the need to yell at her for being in their way instead of saying, I mean, you're leaving church, right? You could at least say, "Hey, fellow churchgoer, you okay?" You know,
Just a quick
This
finger pointing
lady
check.
was like, are we serious? Are we really doing this? Can we get these cars out of the way? Why is everybody standing around? I was like, whoa, man. There's an 86-year-old lady in the car. You can't just like be like, come on here, get out real fast. Let's get this pushed off to the side of the road.
Well, just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
You witnessed this woman in a time of need.
Yeah.
she was disarmed because she had just been crashed into. So she was rattled. She wasn't her full self.
Right.
Maybe everybody that goes to that church hates this woman, and for good reason.
Maybe.
Maybe she's a professional bunny killer. You don't know.
She may be. She could be like, maybe she doesn't want to, like hang out with them after church at the breakfast group. So they're like, that's what you get. You didn't want to meet us at the deli for some sandwiches. You wanted to go home and fucking put your feet up at 86.
Have a few scotches.
A little bit of scotch, a couple of bottles of scotch, maybe.
Drink the neck and shoulders off a big vodka or something. Okay. See,
I'm sure that lady, I would be willing to put money on it. And I don't mean it as an insult either towards her. At her age and the frame of mind that you could see she was in, I think that was her fucking goal, was to just get home, sit down, have a fucking drink.
Yeah.
And be left the fuck alone.
She was probably already lit in the car.
Yeah, she may have been. Nobody bothered her though.
Maybe she won the seconds raffle.
Yeah.
And had seconds of intoxicating blood.
Priest went to finish the seconds and he looks and she had already grabbed. She's going like this.
Just getting ready to jump in her car. She already had her grandson bypass the breathalyzer that makes the car start.
She's like, breathing it, you little shit. I'm on my way.
Longwood says, stop that, Vinny. Church people are perfect. And that's,
they don't hate or judge.
Nothing wrong with going to church, but, maybe bring that 50 yards outside the building. At least in the process of leaving. I think if that woman would have fell down the stairs, what would they have said? Get the fuck out of the way.
They probably would have.
She would have had fucking footprints on her back.
I mean, I remember we had a night that had this is no shit. We had a night
armor
fallen down. No, a night of Columbus, and he had fallen down in the parking lot just before service was supposed to start. And he was laying there with a broken hip. And I'm like, hold the fuck on. We got to pick this guy up, man.
Or at least move him out of the way.
Fucking make sure he's okay. And they're like, well, it's church is starting. We can't, we can't, they can't wait for us. And I'm like, well, fuck them then. Don't let them wait. Let it start. They don't, it was this whole big thing. So we left this fellow night standing, laying in the fucking parking lot, surrounded by a couple of people that had just come, and they were like, can you stay with him? We have to get inside.
Can you babysit this guy?
And I'm thinking we're going inside because there's some big fucking thing we have to get done or something. And what do you call it? Rosh Hashanah. Oh, Rosh Hashanah. I think something big's going on, and it was nothing, man. I just got distracted by this.
Yes, your phone is in night mode or whatever when you get the clock and warning about the Jewish New Year.
Your lives. Okay. Oh, 170 viewers. That was cool.
Anybody stay for any time?
One guy commented, but I didn't answer him back.
You bastard. So we had.
I'm going to go through this later and see.
We had a fun experience the other day, and I think maybe I should give a trigger warning. We're going to openly laugh about somebody that had a nervous condition that I actually got to record when we ran into Tourette's guy in Home Depot.
Oh, yeah. That was crazy, huh?
Yes. Tourette's takes all forms. And in this particular gentleman, it was barking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that was something. He was barking. He was barking.
I know this because I followed him around Home Depot for a little while.
Yeah, you were into it. You were you wanted to experience this. Now you can see why I got into that fight with that kid, Phil, in school.
Yeah.
Because his Tourette's was fuck you. He would curse at you.
It turns out he never had Tourette's,
Oh, really? He just didn't like me.
He just hated you.
Fuck him then.
Um,
Yeah, how did you feel? Like, I mean, when you first heard him bark, did you know right away, or were you like, did that guy just bark?
I had a suspicion when I heard the first bark. I felt a little bad following him around the store
Okay.
for an hour and 20 minutes. I think it was total.
Well, yeah, you were throwing things at him.
But it was the first time I've ever been around somebody. We were in Home Depot.
Mhm.
It was the middle of the day, and it's the first time I've ever been around somebody with Tourette's when I didn't have pants on. So
And that'll get you.
that was it certainly did.
Because he starts barking.
Oof. Thank God I was able to get a Home Depot apron.
Yeah, thank God.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it just looked like I was
You were like, come on over here and bark up this tree, buddy.
bark up this tree. It looked like I was just packing 10 or 12 washes in my pocket. I'm not sure what's it was like a Rottweiler. It was like kind of a deep,
that's
rotty
what I
bark.
wanted to get into. Let's get into the bark. On a scale, okay. On a scale, let's not get too crazy. 1 to 5. 5 being a really great bark. And then 1 being, it's horrible. What would you give his bark?
I give it like a 2.
Okay.
It was recognizable as what I would consider a bark, but I think it's a bark from an older dog
Mhm.
that had been kicked in the throat.
Because he was like,
Well, see, here's the thing. If you already have Tourette's,
mm-hmm.
and I bet you didn't know I spoke French.
Oh, that is French.
It's French for Tourette's.
Tourette's.
If you know you have this condition that may invoke curiosity in lower species like us,
Mm-hmm.
Why would you talk on the phone in the middle of a crowded store when most of your tics probably come out more when you're speaking than when you're not speaking? I think he liked the bark.
Maybe it gets people out of his way. Maybe it clears.
Oh, if that worked, I'm going to start barking at everybody.
Maybe it lets him go ahead of people on. Like, could you imagine being online and I'm online doing checkout. And no offense to this
Imagine
man.
you're just online.
All right, I'm a wreck online as it is, and now I'm gonna have this guy behind me barking for the next 20 minutes while I try to figure out how to use my fucking debit card for the 50th time this week. And I fuck up. I'm gonna fuck up the machine.
That's not a pretty sight. Yeah, but I'm only gonna give the bark a 2. That's all I can really give it.
I give it a 2. I mean, but it was certainly loud. I mean, it was enough where people were like coming to look.
Volume wise, it was good. And Home Depot's got pretty decent acoustics. A lot of hard surfaces in there.
Tall ceilings.
Yeah, because he was in the plumbing aisle.
Mm-hmm.
And we had hit the tool corral. The place where you were walking one day and almost stabbed somebody in the neck for also walking in the same direction, but behind you.
He was walking a little fast, that guy, though, wasn't he?
You didn't go after the dog, but you tried to kill somebody for walking past you.
Well, I didn't like that he was walking up so quick on us. Like he was like, you could hear his footsteps over ours. So that told me he was. If you can hear somebody's footsteps over yours, they're coming up like pretty heavy. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't mean to argue the point, and most times I agree with you on something like this.
I was gonna fucking.
There's other possibilities. He could have been wearing tap shoes.
Maybe he had to take a shit.
Maybe he had one of those things where you have the fucking wooden shoe that's 8 fucking inches tall because your legs are different sizes because your mother smoked crack when she was pregnant. And maybe that's going to give a different sound, a more aggressive walking sound.
I was going to give him the old half stab, like, when you put your finger on the edge of the blade there, you just kind of put a little bit in.
Oh, yeah. That's when you're just checking the meat.
I used to do that to my friend at work all the time.
Oh, that must have been pleasant. Sorry to hear that, Steve.
I would fucking stab him all the time. This dude, Chris. Steve could tell you. He sit right next to me.
So like you would break skin?
Yeah, a little bit.
So What you're saying is, all the time, by your definition, you committed probably a class 3 felony,
I don't know. It depends. I
a
just
slight felonious
like
assault.
this, and then just fucking ding. And he would just be sitting. He'd be like, and then he would get yelled at for screaming, and he'd be like, he's fucking stabbing me.
Did you ever make it fun and like put feces and shit at the end of the night?
So
that
talking Vietnamese,
yeah, like a punji stick, and then go visit him in the hospital.
No, I just stabbed him though.
Okay.
God.
Oh, okay. So now you sound like the good guy. No, I didn't give him sepsis. I just stabbed him. Okay.
Oh,
starting
God,
to-
he
you-
did deserve it though.
You
but I
sound
did.
more and more like Linda Lopez every time.
That's great.
Oh, look at this. I left the mug down here.
Yeah, Jenny would get mad. I would always get in trouble at those meetings doing something,
Well, didn't they understand that your attention span is that of a child?
Well, that was the thing. I didn't know back then that I had a mental condition. I couldn't understand why I couldn't sit still in these fucking meetings, man. I'd go out of my mind, dude. So I'd have to start doing things.
I don't know. Were you ever a South Park fan?
Yeah, I used to love South Park.
Did you ever see the episode Ode to Tourette's?
I probably did.
It is quite possibly the funniest half hour I've ever experienced in my life.
I'll go home and watch it tonight.
Cartman decides that.
Good night, Jenny. Love you.
Good night, Jenny. Cartman decides that he is going to fake Tourette's
Oh my God.
because exactly
What
how
a
you
great
said,
show.
exactly how Longwood said, you get away with calling people names.
Motherfucker, cocksucker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just saying.
exactly. All right. Thank you.
Titty sprinkles.
Right. You could say anything.
Yeah.
You could say anything and then just be like, I
Anything.
have Tourette's.
Anything.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
God, I wish I could.
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep a straight face for long enough, but that would make a funny TikTok video. I'm just in Home Depot faking fucking Tourette's. But you have to go to a different Home Depot though, because a lot of people
We'll go to one in Jersey.
Oh,
Nobody knows this
a
over
lot
there.
of they recognize me over there, and they know I don't have Tourette's.
I'm like, look at this.
Or maybe I
fucking
just
guy.
say I forgot my medicine, my Tourette, my non-Tourette's medicine.
How come when people with Tourette's have these episodes and they're cursing and screaming, it's okay. But when I have my episodes and I'm cursing and screaming, everybody gets upset.
That's a good point. I think it's because they don't like you.
There you have it.
I mean, I'm just spitballing here.
Well, I don't doubt it. I mean, I am talking about my family.
I'm not saying that your wife ever whispered in my ear, I really don't like him. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that that's ever happened.
At Christmas dinner, I hate him.
Yeah. I'm not saying that Livy's never said, are you sure that's my dad? He's so weird.
I hate him. Just like mother hates him. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking that's the reason.
I could see
They have no reason to hate a random person with Tourette's, but as I lovingly put in your birthday card every year, to know you is to hate you.
Yes. Yes, you do.
In calligraphy. I like it to be a perfect
I know
presentation.
you go all out with that.
I really do. I just want to make sure you what's
You
the word I'm looking for? Get the message.
Yeah.
So back to your inability to call things by their right names in the food business.
Mhm.
Did you eat pasta, spaghetti, or macaroni? And is there reasoning for calling all those things a different name?
Okay. We always had pasta. Okay.
Okay.
So I would always say, we're having pasta Nona, and she'd say, yeah. And then I'd say, what are we having? And then she'd say, spaghetti,
Bow
or
ties,
whatever.
rigatoni.
Yeah. And that's how I see pasta. It's a broad spectrum. But if you tell me we're having pasta, I'm good with it. I don't care what shape.
The important answer has been given. Now the rest is curiosity.
Yeah.
Or you want to know, maybe there's a different fork, or
Basically,
you're going to need a spoon and a fork.
You're telling me, hey, I'm going to play a game. Just not sure what game I'm going to play.
You're excited to play a game.
Would you like to play? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
That's how guys like you get involved in Russian roulette, because that's a game too. Obviously you weren't paying attention during the Deer Hunter.
That was a great movie, man.
So, under any circumstances, do you use the term macaroni?
Yeah, I'll say macaroni.
And what is a macaroni to you? Is that interchangeable with pasta?
Yeah, to me, macaroni. To me, saying macaroni is like saying basically almost any type of pasta. To me, I'll even go as far as saying sometimes we say macchioni.
You're wacky.
Mm-hmm. Got any of that macchioni?
You're wild and crazy. I bet you say Pischetti too. You're wild and crazy guy.
Never say Pischetti.
That was my word as a kid.
Pischetti?
Yeah, I was a Pischetti guy in Frigifreda.
Frigifreda?
Yeah. But then well into my 30s,
yeah,
I started getting better at it. I started calling it the proper names.
I had a cousin, she couldn't say parking spot. She would say sparking spot until I punched her in the fucking face.
Okay. Pronunciation's all fun and games until somebody gets punched in the face.
Someone gets punched in the face.
And then,
what's up, Corey?
Then you start working harder on proper pronunciation.
Yeah.
So, do you ever use the term spaghetti for anything besides spaghetti? Or is spaghetti always pasta?
Well, I mean, you got spaghetti squash,
Oh, yeah.
No, spaghetti is spaghetti. That's spaghetti. I never call angel hair pasta spaghetti, because angel hair to me is angel hair.
Well, you're more of a typical how you call number 8 guy.
Mm-hmm.
Spaghetti number 8.
Well, spaghetti number 8.
It's the proper thickness. It's not your angel hair.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like a shaved down lasagna noodle.
Yeah, right. It's not like a straw.
Yeah. Exactly. So for me, spaghetti you use once in a while. Pasta is good for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing I call macaroni is elbows.
Oh, elbows I'll always call. Yeah, you're right. That's macaroni. Sure. Macaroni cheese, macaroni sauce, macaroni maybe with a little gravy, macaroni and butter.
You could put brown gravy on macaroni.
Yeah, you sure could.
Or
butter.
Egg noodles are better.
I
love it. Oh my god, I could eat a pot of egg noodles.
I love them raw too. I just love egg noodles.
Yeah, I don't fucking understand that at all. There's no taste to a raw egg noodle.
You don't take the time to eat it properly.
Oh, so you try to reconstitute it in your mouth?
Somewhat. I mean, you don't eat raw pasta?
No. That's like asking me if I eat eggshells.
In my house, we have an open box of pasta that we eat out of constantly. It's raw pasta, and usually it'll be spaghetti, and we eat that constantly.
And who participates in this ritual?
Me and my 2 daughters.
Yeah. Not your wife, no. The one with the sense.
No, Jenny doesn't do that, but we do. Yeah, we always eat raw pasta as like a snack. You ever had like raw spaghetti? You just chew on it?
We established, no. I also don't eat eggshells.
You should try it sometime.
I do try. Oh, so.
See, Tina loves raw pasta.
Okay.
Let's do it as Tina.
I got another crazy person.
Yeah. Raw pasta. And if you can't taste the pasta, then it's not good pasta. That's why I like to make my own. Because when you're eating it, that should be the star of the fucking dish to me, right? You're not having sauce and spaghetti. You're having spaghetti with sauce, right?
Roy wants you not to eat raw pasta. You could get worms.
I know. People always told me that. You get worms, you eat that raw pasta.
Really? I never heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably just didn't want me eating before dinner. Who knows?
Oh, it's like all our parents told us, or at least my father told me, it was against the law to put the dome light on while the car was moving.
That's great. Yeah, raw pasta.
So there's a double-headed subject I want to talk about. Not the double-headed thing I got in UPS today.
Oh yeah. That thing. Yeah.
I got delivered in the tube. Is there a legitimate what legit ingredient absolutely ruins a meal for you? Like if somebody, obviously you're not making it yourself because you wouldn't put it in there, but you're eating somebody else's food. There's got to be multiple of them, I think.
Well, one thing I know that I used to love, and then all of a sudden, since I turned like 45, I think I find them repulsive, is Brussels sprouts, which I used to really enjoy, and now I want to fucking puke just putting like the smell of them. I don't know what it is about them. Just one day, I tried multiple times. I was like, oh, maybe it's just that one time,
And that was it. Your relationship with Brussels sprouts.
And if you put that shit on my plate, you'll ruin my whole fucking meal, man.
Just unceremoniously ended.
Yeah.
Your relationship with Brussels sprouts.
Yeah. It bothered me too because I really enjoyed them, man. They were just like these friendly little cabbages.
Cute, adorable little cabbages. Yes. So Roy says, dill in anything.
Oh, I like dill.
I like dill. Raisins in rice pudding. I like
raisins.
that. Relish and egg salad. I'm not sure if I ever had that, but now I have to try it.
Probably wouldn't like kill it for me, but it doesn't sound too bad.
I wonder if that's what I'm thinking of. Sometimes I think that people dice up tiny little pieces of pickle in the filling for deviled eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's actually relish.
Could be.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Is there any other ingredient that you just hate, like a small ingredient, like a spice?
I love all spices. I like. I'm not okra. You can keep your okra. I don't give a fuck how you cook it, what you put it with. I don't give a fuck what day of the year it is. Take your okra and shove it up your ass.
Do you have a lot of culinary encounters with okra?
I used to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one time in my life I did.
Okay. I've had it. I could.
It's like somebody's fucking booger is on your fucking plate.
Roy says he eats peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. That doesn't sound horrible. I've had mayonnaise and pickle sandwiches.
Interesting, right?
I'm not sure what citrine is.
Citrine
sounds like a flavoring or a spice. For me,
Bobo.
I think rosemary is a cunt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, rosemary, huh?
Yeah, I don't need pine sprigs in my fucking food. I don't need anything that smells like soap or perfume.
Oh, I love that. Isn't that what you put in the pork and the pig?
I believe. Well, not me.
Because
rosemary's a cunt, but I think it is rosemary that you're thinking of.
I love that.
The bits of fruitcake. Cloves.
I like cloves.
I actually had to wage war against both Linda and Linda's mother
about cloves,
about this bizarre ritualistic thing.
What are they doing?
What they're doing is they're
Puerto Rican.
I don't know if it's Puerto Rican, because I know other people have done it. So what they do is they take this little black thing that's essentially toothache medicine, and they jam hundreds of them into a lovely holiday ham.
Oh yeah, I love that.
That is.
Yeah, what is that again?
Clove.
Clove. Yeah, I love that. I like that.
I got
put
some
one in my mouth.
I got some fucking that
Mm.
toothache shit upstairs. You want it? It's all clove. You could just fucking suck on that. Your
Yeah.
tongue will be fucking numb.
You just take one, you put it in your mouth. Good for the day.
No,
They're nice.
I don't.
Goes good with the ham.
Cloves are awful.
It's tastes and smells like the holidays.
It's like a
Clove to me is a delicious treat.
delicious treat.
I
How is clove a treat? You know what's a treat? A candy apple.
No, a little clove on your ham, maybe with some with a little bit of maple syrup poured over that. Oh my god, that would taste so delicious.
Why do you have to introduce a numbing medication into a ham? Clove doesn't have a taste, it has an action. It makes your mouth numb.
Action.
It's an action item, it's not a taste.
What does he say?
That's what I'm saying. You should inject fucking Ambisol in the ham. Because it's the same fucking thing. It's clove.
I don't know, guys.
That shit
I
you
could
buy for
taste it just
toothpaste
thinking
is
about
clove.
it. With
Oh
the
my
ham,
god, it's so
with
gross.
the saltiness and the
Oh.
juiciness of the ham.
Oh, don't even, please, with your fucking cloves.
I would seriously dip that in a little bit of homemade, real maple syrup, not the store-bought shit. Real maple syrup.
So now the cloves are not only wrecking a perfectly good ham, but wrecking some maple syrup too.
I have a plan. Speaking of maple syrup,
I hope it's not a suicide plan.
it's a food plan.
Okay.
I don't know how long it will last, as far as jarring this goes.
Please tell me you're going to go on a only clove diet.
No. I've been wanting to, because, I like to get the maple syrup in February from the trees.
Yes, and we'd like you to include Linda and myself this year.
So we're going to do that.
I want to tap.
You want to tap into that?
Yes.
So here's what I'm thinking about doing. I would like to get some really good bacon and cook it.
Clove.
Dip it in.
Say it.
Let it cool, right? Dip it in some nice chocolate. So now the bacon has this thick layer of chocolate on it, right?
Okay.
Set it to the side. Let it dry, maybe in the freezer, whatever the fuck you're going to do with it, right? Meantime, we make the maple syrup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you take the fresh maple syrup, you put it into a jar about this big. You fill the jar with as many pieces of that chocolate-covered bacon you can get in there, and you seal it. And you let it sit for a couple of days and let that syrup soak into the bacon, into the chocolate, and all that. How you think that's going to taste?
I think it's going to taste great because of the absence of clove.
Oh, absolutely. You couldn't put clove with that. Although I probably...
You'd probably try.
I'd probably try it.
Because you hate me as well. Which is fine as long as you keep your fucking clothes to yourself.
Yeah, man.
Another thing, caraway seeds.
I don't know if I ever had those.
You've usually come across these disgusting things in rye bread.
I happen to enjoy those. You bite them open, they pop off a little flavor when you bite into them.
I'm gonna get you a 25-pound bag of bird seed for Christmas this year.
I like to eat those types of things,
My Mama Rigatoni likes caraway seeds, and I never understood it.
Yeah, it's nice flavor to them. It's flavor.
No.
Yeah, you just crack into them.
They taste horrible. They almost taste as horrible as clove.
Prepare to make bacon like Jerry with maple syrup. Then dip in chocolate. Oh, yes. Okay. So that he's saying the bacon's already pre-soaked in the...
I think he meant to say bacon like jelly with maple syrup and then dip in chocolate. I'm not sure. There's a random Jerry word there.
Okay. It's better to make a bacon like Jerry with the maple syrup. Jerky.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So soak
That
it
makes
in
sense,
the thing so that the bacon's going to absorb all that shit. And then
bacon jerky's great.
and then dip it in the chocolate so the chocolate holds everything inside.
And do it raw.
Oh, Roy. If I do this, I'm going to have to give Roy a small jar of this here
Why not a big jar?
because I can only make small jars.
You could purchase bigger jars.
Yeah, but then I need more trees.
Oh, that's right, because 50 gallons of what you tap turns into an ounce and a half of syrup.
Hopefully the garage is done and I'll have my wood burning stove in there by February so that I'll do it in the garage. It would be a much nicer way to do it right over the wood burning stove. I can really get some good heat going and it'll be fun.
And burl it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know.
So is there ever something that you encounter that's not an intended ingredient that just
In
turns
food?
you off and it immediately turns you off? And I don't mean like the obvious for some people. It doesn't bother me in the least, like pubic hair.
Oh yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I'm not a very picky eater, I don't think. I don't know. Although my wife seems to think so sometimes, you know. I'm not a fan of chicken. So if you were to just be like,
You don't seem picky to me, and I've seen
but
you
I'll
eat
eat
chicken.
it, you know. Yeah, I mean, and especially if it's good, I'll eat it. It's to me, it's the texture of it, and it's the, you know, I don't know.
If I catch an eggshell, it's game over.
Really, an eggshell fuck you up, huh? Don't bother me. I'll eat the eggshell.
Oh yeah, that fucking
I just break it up, you know.
that crazy fucking Liver King guy. He used to eat the fucking raw eggshells and all.
Yeah, eat the shell. Sure, it's in there already. Fuck it.
I gotta leave you on here.
Otherwise, you gotta. Yeah, go ahead. I gotta paw through it. You have who? What?
I have topics on the laptop.
Oh, let's see what you have. He's running out on me. Let's see what topics he has. Oh yeah. Yeah, we did that one. Oh my God, you guys. Did you guys hear about these woodland murderers? Is that what they're calling this guy? The woodland murderer? Like he killed his mother and father? What the hell is going on out there, man? And, you know, there's all kinds of stories going around. I don't know what's true. Obviously, I wasn't fucking there. I don't know anybody that was, but I heard that like he was like on the back porch or something, and he was like totally naked, covered in blood and shit. And I don't know if he shot them or stabbed them, but yeah, I don't know if any of you guys saw that going on this week or I think it was just at the end of last week or whatever. But holy crap. Regular Menendez story over there, killing his mom and dad. I wonder if it has, you know, anything to do with people watching that Menendez story and then just getting the idea in their head, hey, I think I'm going to kill my mom and dad too.
How did you get on that subject?
Well,
I hear that's actually people are telling me that's a really good documentary.
I've heard that too. Jesse said it was awesome. I watched part of it. I fell asleep, but that's not because it was boring. It's because I get up at 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes. But
yeah.
I was looking at the notes and I saw the Woodland murders or whatever, you know, the murder of Woodlands there. And
yeah, that's crazy shit. 32-year-old guy.
You know more about it than I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like obviously he had some sort of mental break.
Okay,
go ahead.
One of
the things they're not talking about is he actually ran from the house. He was in the woods at one point.
It's fucking scary.
Yeah, because I'm doing work at somewhere very close to there.
Can you imagine looking out your window and there's a naked man covered in blood that
Covered in
just
blood.
killed his family running through your yard?
Yeah.
This is why the Second Amendment is so important.
Yes.
Anyway, holy shit. That's the kind of situation where I'm going to shoot first and ask questions later.
Yeah.
That's that.
And that's also a good reason why, a good thing about living in the state of Pennsylvania,
Yeah, you
And
have that right.
the castle law.
Yeah.
Although it's never that easy,
Sure.
but better to have to deal with the court system.
Then to deal with a knife in your chest.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Now the rumors, yes, that was in the paper. So what they reported officially was, that he was outside on the back deck, covered in blood. They tased him once, and they were able to get him into custody.
Okay.
But in between the naked on the back deck and tasing, he was naked running through the woods.
Ah, that's scary. Did he have a weapon on him? I wonder.
That I don't know. But the brother's the one that found the parents.
And he stabbed them.
He stabbed them, and
it's a very personal death.
The rumor, and I have no idea if this is true or not, was that he removed some of his mother's organs.
Wow.
And the other rumor is that he was badly abused.
Well,
there's no accusation about from who.
I would think if you were removing your mother's organs, there's a good chance that you were abused.
That, or she was an organ donor and he was just carrying out her wishes.
That's possible too. Right? I
don't like to
you,
be,
Mom.
I don't
worry
like to
about
be,
it.
Yeah, I don't like to be negative about everything. Just because there's a naked guy holding his mom's heart,
right,
doesn't mean his intentions are not good.
Right. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Holy shit, man.
I've imagined cutting somebody's heart out, but it wasn't my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Good God. What the fuck is wrong with people? I don't know. Well, who knows what he went through? I guess we'll find out as time goes on.
Yeah, somebody, I'll show you after the show. Somebody found an article that had a picture of him and sent it to me, and they said, "Oh, it looks like he still has his parents' blood on." I don't think it was a picture from the crime scene. I think he had some kind of festering scab on his ear.
Could have been, he might have had to get a little roughed up by the cops too, or he may have fell in the woods or some shit. Or
yeah, I don't know when that picture was taken or if it was an older. I have no idea.
Like Eric Frayne, I remember when they caught him, they found him with 2 black eyes and a broken nose. I think they had found him with.
Yeah, and the state police colonel finally said, when you take somebody like this, it's not something that you do gently.
Fuck no, you
can't.
They
bounce his head off of a runway.
Yeah, he may very well be wanting you to come and get him so he can kill you. So you better knock him the fuck out. Exactly. I would too. Exactly. I don't blame them for that.
Exactly. Like,
right?
Yeah.
You're taking a chance, man, going to get somebody like that. He's already proven to you that he's willing to kill somebody. Kill 2 people.
Absolutely. I mean, if he was in a building, he probably would have been so nervous. He probably would have fallen down a flight of 12 of stairs.
Yeah.
5
6 times.
In 2 separate stairways and 2 separate buildings.
Yeah, that happens.
Those things do happen. But yeah, it was, I don't know. That's fucking just crazy.
Now here's another one. How about the lady they found over Hawks Nest that lives in Brooklyn? What, did somebody toss her?
Okay, I'm not aware of this.
Me neither, man. There's a lot going on around here lately.
I mean, Hawks Nest. It's funny. I was just telling this story, so this is going to be the part of the show where we have a little bit of how you call local flair.
Oh, okay.
So 4 listeners minus 1 is 3.
Oh,
so I think everybody left is from the area.
I was just gonna say we just dropped just like that.
Yeah, it's nighttime, and we're not particularly interesting.
That's okay.
Well, at least I'm not.
To them, we're not.
No, to us, it's fucking fascinating. I could do this for hours. No, I was just telling the story to my new helper. That if you go into Shahola Falls on Route 6 and you make the right-hand turn, or depending on which direction you come into, the left-hand turn into that road that goes up the hill, and then you hook the right and you go into the parking lot. and then you can walk to the falls.
Right.
Well, if you make that turn but don't go up the hill, if you just make a right, so now you're just parallel to the road.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little, seems to look like a parking area, and then you could catch a trail that comes around. That'll meet up with the falls that you go into. You can go into from
Really?
the upper parking lot, but also
Is it a dirt trail or is it paved?
no, it's a trail cut out of rock.
Fuck. All right, I wanted to take my longboard.
Oh God, if you do, please let me video it because it's this wide and it's a long fall.
Oh, never mind.
You'd have to get different wheels. But
All right.
but also it's a, I don't know, 70. I should probably bring my laser measure there. I'm curious now. Maybe 70-foot drop, 75-foot drop to the rocks below. So when you get to the intersection of 434, I think I always get mixed up on that road. Road of 434 on Route 6, there's a gas station. Well, a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I believe I don't think he was an old man, but an older man went into that gas station, and he's very confused. And he said, I can't find my wife. My wife disappeared. I can't find my wife anywhere. 1 minute she was there, next minute she was gone. They called the state police. They start backtracking, and his wife was smashed along the rocks at the bottom of that fall. He had thrown her off the off the ledge.
What's up, Lisa?
So that wasn't as good a spot as I would say Hawk's Nest, because Hawk's Nest is a lot of vegetation.
I think that the best place that you could get rid of that would be Harriman State Park, by far. Harriman State Park is a great place to get rid of anybody.
There's probably quite a few that got gotten rid of.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
Take a page out of the Sopranos book, the Pine Barrens in Jersey.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty expansive.
Yeah, Harriman State Park. I remember one time when we were kids, there was a time where they had found a small burial ground in there of whatever criminals. Yeah,
Interesting.
It's a great place. I mean, for that kind of
culturally,
shit,
Yeah.
It's also nice for hiking and whatnot.
Oh, they do that there too?
Yeah, I'm told.
I guess it's a side business. Just in case the burying body business goes.
Old Harriman State Park there, boy.
So how you feeling these days physically?
How am I feeling? I'm all right. I'm tired.
You had a lot of stuff going on now that most of that's pretty much done.
Yeah, I just want the garage put up, the driveway paved, and then everybody can just go to fuck home.
Never come back.
Never come back. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the garage, man. I want to build my new gym in the back. The whole back half is going to be my gym. So I'm excited for that because I want to get the kids going and stuff like that. And this way, I like to box with the kids. This way I win. You know what I mean?
Well,
you punch a 6-year-old right in the face, man.
And if it's like organized like that, can it really be considered abuse?
No.
Yeah.
Not when it's organized. Not when their parents drop them off to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The reason her feet were chained to the floor is because I wanted her to be able to occupy one space while fighting.
I have a sign over the door that says, "Be warned, I deal with PTSD issues."
Yes. I don't pull any punches, literally.
Yeah. I can't wait for that, man. It's like I can't part of me can't even believe we're still doing all that. It's like a lot, It's good stuff, but it's overwhelming sometimes, you know what I mean? I hate to sound ungrateful, but sometimes it's fucking overwhelming, man.
Oh yeah.
Because you're so used to your house looking a certain way, and you come outside and all the trees are gone. And it's just,
and for someone who gets lost on a regular basis.
Yeah, exactly. I'm rediscovering my yard constantly now. I'm out there walking around staring at it.
Well, you got roads now.
Yeah.
Multiple roads going through your property.
I do like the one road that they did because that's where I split my woods. So now there's actually a road, a small pathway, where they could drive a truck and then dump whatever wood.
And that's kind of a pathway to your garage too.
So it's nice. Yeah. So it's all It'll all work out really nice. And then I think the garage will give us a little more privacy too. Privacy, if you will.
Privacy, if you will. I didn't know we were going to talk about the sex swing, but that's okay.
Yeah. We'll get into that later. But
Okay.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, man.
You know what new food I got into?
What?
Now that I'm on this, I'm going to say, not to be overly dramatic, this life journey of trying to cut carbohydrates out of my life, trying to break the bonds of addiction to sugar. And I'm going to say this a very certain way, if you'll indulge me.
Go ahead.
Because I want to pay homage to the Latin community.
The old Latinos.
Yes, specifically the lovely Linda Lopez.
Lady Lopez.
Yes. So I'm becoming to be quite a fan of chicharrones.
Oh, chicharrones.
Yes.
Yes.
Or as you white people say, pork rinds.
Oh, the old pork rinds, huh?
Yeah.
How do you like them?
I'm learning to. I'd never liked them until now.
No
carbohydrates.
Would you? Is it a chip? You buy it in the bag? Does she make it herself? Is it like?
Yeah, buy it in a bag. Have
and
you never had pork rinds?
It's just this fried, airy kind of crisp. But is it really made from pork?
It's pigskin.
Yeah, then I've had them. I enjoy them. So you eat pig skin all day?
Sometimes all night too. Yeah, I never had a taste for them, and I started getting the taste for the barbecue ones, and then I would only eat it. There's a little secret for you: if you go old school with your whipped cream cheese, and get yourself a Tempty cream cheese in the pink container,
sure,
least amount of carbs.
Okay, the old Tempty.
It's like less than 1 gram of carbs per serving.
Oh, that's really good.
And the chicharrones have no carbs.
Really?
Yeah. Like any meat.
So no carbs. How about like salts and fats and saturated fucking gatsungul?
Oh, it's all salt and fat.
Okay.
Which we've been lied to about as well.
Right. I'm not. I just know myself as far as salty foods go that like if I have too much of it, I will retain like water and I will.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
Defeat my I like to be a certain weight every morning when I get on that fucking scale. And so if I put too much salt in one day, I already know in my head I'll be 2 pounds over the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, but I calculate for it and I'm like, fuck it. And the next day I'll just drink more water, you know?
So by drinking more water, you're flushing that out so you don't retain as much water.
That's what I think.
I think you're 100% right.
Yeah,
it just seems counterintuitive, but it makes perfect sense.
Right.
Yeah, so chicharrones with whipped cream cheese is pretty tasty too.
It sounds delish.
Yeah. So when I need that little crunch, I go right for the chicharrones.
Now, like again, you buy them in a bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I bought.
Where you could buy these at the Weiss.
Weiss has them, but I think I bought them all. It's at the very end of the chip section, close to the beer section.
Oh, they put it at the end where nobody goes.
Yeah, second shelf from the bottom.
Over by those pitas that never get swapped out.
Yes, exactly, exactly. By the pitas and woolly mammoth steaks that they've never sold. those are getting a little old too. And which sucks because I was actually in the mood for a woolly mammoth steak, and then I saw used by 1700 BC, and I felt maybe it was probably not a good idea. You know what I did today? I used sour cream that might have been a little bit old, but then I thought to myself, it's already sour.
Yeah, it's already old. You'll be all right.
What the fuck? It's like yogurt. How does yogurt go bad? Yeah, it's already fucking yogurt. They forcefully made it go bad so it could be yogurt.
Could eat it. It's kind of the same thing with, butter really too, and all that shit. I mean, you're just shaking all the fat out of it.
Oh yeah, and then you're picking your yogurt based on how many live bacteria there are. because
Yeah,
that's
what's
supposed
that
to
all about?
supposed to be good for our tum tums.
Yeah, it helps you shit better because something's alive inside of you tearing at your guts.
Yes, yes. I've considered actually swallowing a tapeworm.
Good diet methods.
I believe that's a good diet method. So I'd like to give that a chance to attach itself to the inner wall of my
Instead of
intestines.
taking that shot everybody's doing, you just take the tapeworm, shit your brains for a fucking week. I'm gonna be shitting my brains next week. I gotta do the colonoscopy. That'll be a good show topic.
You know how much fruit on the bottom yogurt is good, but I've actually found a Swiss style, that's the pre-mixed, Greek yogurt, 0 sugar. I can't eat it right now because it does have some carbs in it. But it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. It's not as creamy as one might find yogurt, and it certainly does not have fruit on the bottom. But it has no sugar, which is nice. It just has, something grown in a lab.
It's okay.
It's really something they scraped off a cancer cell. And then
it's not a tumor.
Yeah. It's basically sweet powdered tumor.
I love a good tumor.
That Zeppeli looks real big. Could you shake some sweetened powdered tumor, please?
Are those Zeppelis? No, those are tumors.
Those are tumors. They're sweetened.
I'll take a dozen.
We've powdered them for your enjoyment. Oh, I'm looking at the comments. I was very confused there for a second. So, I thoroughly enjoyed this show.
Yeah, it was a good show. I laughed.
It's a good show. I laughed and I laughed.
I laughed.
I don't know if anybody else enjoyed it.
Did you laugh?
But I laughed and laughed. There was even one time I believe you said something that caused me to chortle.
Chortle?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to chuckle, but
it was a hearty chortle.
Was it a hearty or harsh chortle?
Hearty. Hearty. In fact, I think I sprained something.
A good hearty chortle.
Oh, almost as good as a hearty poop. Boy, I'm sporting the fucking first day of school haircut today. That's all I got. I'm going to select our outro music, set as outro video, and I'm ending this motherfucking stream.